We're going to start with question number 1. And the video may go fast, but you can always pause the video and hit rewind. First, the direction says to choose the following sets that will form a triangle. It doesn't say a right triangle. So what we're going to do, we're going to start with our given information. Well, not given information, but what we know. The two small sides must be larger than the biggest side. So when we go through, let's take a look at B. 5 and 6 is bigger than 8, so this one forms a triangle. 2 and 7, definitely bigger than 8, so that forms a triangle. And 5 and 6, bigger than 9, so that forms a triangle. So we are going to circle B, D, and E. Taking a look at question number 2, it says, which inequality correctly represents the third side of a triangle? Anytime we're talking about third sides, we're talking about a range. So we want to know what the range is. We're given 13 and 7. So we add 13 and 7 and we get 20. And we subtract 13 and 7 and we get 6. So our range is between 6 and 20. So let's take a look at our choices. Definitely not this one because we never have an equal sign. We never have an equal sign, so we eliminate that. Most students will try to pick B because they see 7 and 13 in the problem, but that's definitely incorrect, and the correct answer is A. Okay. Carefully reading through the directions, it says the angles of a triangle are listed here. What do we know about the angles inside of a triangle? Well, they all add up to 180 degrees. So angle A plus angle B plus angle C add up to 180. Go ahead and substitute it in and see what you get for X. So once we set it up and we do all of our algebra, we get X is equal to 8. So here we go. We're going to take X is equal to 8 and we're going to plug it in where appropriate. We don't need to do any plugins for angle A because we were told it was 70 degrees. Angle B is 4 times X plus 30. We plug in 8 for X and we get 62. The measure of angle C is 6 times X and X is 8, so we get 48. So now we need to list the sides from largest to smallest. So the first thing we want to do is we want to find the largest angle. That's 70 and that's angle A. So if it's A, the other two sides cover up A and you get across from it is BC. Cover up B and across from it you get AC. Cover up angle C in the triangle and you get AB. So from largest to smallest, we will write that in. BC, AC, AB. For this particular problem, the directions say find X. So we have to look at the picture and see what we're given. We're given two interior angles and an exterior angle. So the theorem that we learned was that the exterior angle is equal to the non-adjacent angles, which I like to call them the remote angles because they're far away. And so in this case, the exterior angle is 13x minus 3. The angles that are far away from the exterior angle are 3x plus 2 and 55. We'll do the algebra and see what X is equal to. All right, X is equal to 6. So for this next one, we're definitely going to concentrate on the directions. Which of the following triangles are right triangles? Well, what do we know about right triangles? We know Pythagorean's theorem states that a squared plus b squared should equal to c squared. So we're going to do that for each one of these. C squared is the largest one. So 5 times the square root of 3 squared is equal to 5 squared plus 5 squared. Let's see what we get. So here we go. We get 75 is equal to 25 plus 25, which is not a true statement. So that means that A is not a right triangle. We'll scratch that out and let's try B. So when we try B, out of the three numbers, 13 is the largest. So we're going to put that over here with C squared. And when we do the math, we get 169 and we get 244. Since they are not equal, guess what? This is not a right triangle. So you try C and you try D and then come back to the video to see which one is correct. All right. Alright, so we tried C. When we first looked at C, we said, hey, that doesn't look like a right triangle. But most of these aren't drawn to scale, so we have to do the algebra to prove it. So the biggest number between the three is 17. So we do 17 squared is equal to 15 squared plus 8 squared. 289 is definitely equal to 289. So the correct answer is C. Alright, we're going to take a look at number 6. It says the side lengths will form something, either a right triangle, obtuse, or acute. When you see 2 times the square root of 2, feel free to go ahead and put it in as a decimal so that you can check it out against the other 2 sides. Which side is the largest out of the 3? Well, actually it is 3. So what we want to do is we want to write the largest side, 3 squared, and then we'll put the other 2 on the other side, 2.83 squared plus 2 squared. When we square 3, we get 9. When we square 2.83, we get close to 8 plus 4. So 9 and 12, we're going to make a comparison, and 9 is less than 12. And if it is less, then the triangle is acute. For this particular problem here, we take a look at it. The directions are simple. It says solve for x, but when we look, we see a right triangle. So we're going to try Pythagorean's theorem because we do have at least 2 sides. We write the theorem down and we substitute the appropriate information. C is always across from the right angle, so our largest side in this case is 10. So we plug everything in and we simplify it. To get x by itself, we subtract 81 from each side and we get 19. We take the square root of 19 and we get x is equal to the square root of 19. If you were unsure of the two for some reason, you could always put it in as a decimal. Here's our last one with our first video. When I look at this triangle, I see isosceles. I see 2 sides that are the same and I see a 90-degree angle. So if this side is 9, then I know that this side is 9. This is also a special triangle. When 2 sides are the same, 2 angles are the same. So if you know your special triangles, we talked about it, 45, 45, 90. Across from the 45 is your side. The other one is the same. And the hypotenuse is the side times the square root of 2 because it has to be a little bit bigger. So in this case, if one side is 9, the other side is 9, and the hypotenuse, which is a little bit bigger, is 9 times the square root of 2. You could also use Pythagorean's theorem. C squared is equal to a squared plus b squared. X squared is equal to 9 squared plus 9 squared. X squared is equal to 81 plus 81. X squared is equal to the square root of 162. If you do the square root of 162, you get x is equal to approximately 12.7. You could also put these in the calculator to see which one is equal to 12.7. Definitely not that one, definitely not that one. And when you put in the calculator, this one comes up to being slightly bigger. Hopefully you've enjoyed the first session of the review. Thank you for joining. Welcome to our Unit 3 review video. What we're going to do in this video is we're going to focus on reading the directions and writing in all missing information.